Hello, I'm Jim, and welcome to Rallying in America, the Recce Podcast. This podcast is an exploration of a rich history, the stories and memories of those who made and make Rallying in America so great. Enjoy the show. This week, I welcome back Fritz Croy, but this time he brought his wife and co-driver Brooke with him. I learned about Brooke's co-driving experience and her training at DirtFish and at Oz Rally Pro. They both discussed their training together through Rallycross, their experience at Rally Colorado, and more. Enjoy the show. Brooke, thanks for coming on the podcast.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah. And Fritz, welcome back.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It's definitely nice coming back on and getting to share where we've come from the last time we were on the show.
Yeah, since February. So
yeah,
it's been a while.
A lot has happened between now and then, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah. Brooke, we'll start with you, if that's all right.
Yeah, sure.
And I was just wondering, did you grow up around cars or motorsports?
No, not at all. My family was not into cars. My dad never knew anything about them. He preferred to get more of a newer car so he didn't have to think about it.
Yeah. That was my dad.
Yeah. No, not until I came out here, and Fritz always says that I go for the ugly cars that break down.
That's funny.
Like the Geo trackers, I guess. I mean, I guess they're becoming
cool.
They're becoming a little more in style, a little more fashionable nowadays.
Yeah.
But
yeah. No, we had I grew up out in Wisconsin, and we had the most car things I ever got around was a thing called Eve of Destruction, and it was basically all us hillbillies went out there and just crashed our cars around in figure eights and stuff, and drank our beer and ate our corn and cheese.
Right. Oh, that's funny. So when you met Fritz, you obviously learned something about motor sports and cars, and since he had that background in dirt tracks and everything else.
Yeah, it's been interesting watching him go through all the different cars. I've been around for about 15 years now, so I've seen him race quite a few different things. And the thing I love about rally is that I can actually be a part of the race. That's why it's so cool instead of just, a spectator.
Right. And then, so what got you into the co-driver seat during Fritz's rallycross races?
Well, Fritz just needed a co-driver, so I did it, I guess.
We do a lot of things together, and so that's kind of like what she was saying. Like, it's kind of cool that we get to do the rallycross together, and then it kind of that segued into, thinking that maybe we could do stage rally as a couple. So,
well, he always wanted to do stage rally, and I was not interested at all. And he got some years of rallycross under our belts and softened me to the idea of it. And so, here we are, couple races in.
I do feel like Rally Safe probably played a big role in like us actually getting into rally, just because of the safety side of it was is so much better than what it was before. I mean, just the word of mouth system was tough to kind of like, I don't know, both of us climb in the car, something happens. It's like, but now with the Rally Safe, like there's a lot of the safety can be on you a lot quicker and a lot more efficiently now than before. So it's a little bit of a easier kind of desire to do as you get older, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
It seems a little bit more safer than before. I mean, still the risks are still out there, but as far as the safety crew being able to get to you in a brisk amount of time. So
right, yeah. And I don't know. Have you been keeping up with the Lake Superior this weekend?
Yes, we've definitely
Mm-hmm.
definitely been watching it on Sneak Attack and kind of
Yeah.
keeping track of everybody on there. We watch for Richie O'Haley and Michelle Miller. That's kind of our people that kind of we kind of keep an eye on and cheer for. They're in
Oh,
the
okay.
open two-wheel drive now, and yeah, so that's kind of who we watch. They were the people that opened their house up to us when Brooke went over to DirtFish for her.
Michelle was.
Yeah, Michelle was
The Millers, Michelle and her husband Chris.
Oh,
Yep,
cool.
they opened their house up to us to be able to come stay out there when Brooke did her class out there at DirtFish.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Michelle's an instructor, correct?
Yeah, yep. Michelle is with DirtFish, and then Oz Rally was Alex and Ree.
So
And
you've
I
done
was,
both. Okay.
yeah. Well, so the Oz Rally Pro was held out there at DirtFish, and then because we
Oh,
stayed
okay.
with Michelle, we got a little sneak peek at some DirtFish stuff. It was pretty cool. So
Yeah,
we got spoiled while we were out there in March. It was really cool.
yeah,
Oh,
they were doing
okay.
like a little test and tune
Mm-hmm.
prior to I think it was Olympus. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
coming up to Olympus is what it
Yeah.
was that year, and so they were doing like a little test and tune, let some of the local instructors kind of get out there and shake some of the dust off their cars, kind of work some bugs out before the Olympus last year,
Mm-hmm.
or yeah, this year, beginning.
Oh, okay. So, Brooke, can you tell us a little bit about what the co-driving school was like?
Yeah, so they go over the basics of rally and the expectations of you as a co-driver, and it's a lot of information in two
Right.
days, and and coming from someone who wasn't really ever interested in racing or anything like that, it was and had no idea about rally or what rally was or anything like
Mm-hmm.
that. It was like a lot. I mean, had no clue what anything was, and it was like a lot of information. So it was really hard to process until I actually did my first rally, and then it started to make more sense. But all the instructors who talked and shared stuff were so enjoyable to listen to. I felt like I could have, I would love to even take it again. It was so
Nice.
informative, and they have so much good knowledge to share and help you with.
Oh, that's very cool. Yeah. So, yeah, I was curious about that because I think I'm going to do a series here coming up on rally schools. So I'm going to interview folks from all the different rally schools. So
Oh
hoping I can
yeah.
get include Alex and Rhiannon on that as well. So
Yeah, they're great. They're super cool people. So that would be awesome.
how has the rallycross season been so far for you too? I know you've been doing both the stage rally and rallycross, but have you kept up with the rallycross this year?
We have kept up on our rallycross this year. We're currently leading the points in the regular series. The night series, it was kind of like we did a little bit of testing. It was kind of right around Colorado time, so we took
Mm-hmm.
a car that we drove at Colorado there to kind of do a little shakedown, which we can talk about that car too. That was
Yeah.
a limited two-wheel drive car we call Fred, a little Ford
Okay.
Focus, and basically, yeah, we took that car there, kind of did a little testing. So the night series for the rallycross, we didn't end up actually, really working for the points. So
Mm-hmm.
it kind of always ended up every time we were out there, we were just testing stuff. So that's kind of how that worked. But right now, we're doing pretty good with the day series. We've won quite a few. I think we've won about 3 rallies crosses this year,
Oh,
and
okay.
put up. I think we're second in a couple of them. I don't know. We're staying pretty up there on the podium, and like I said, we're at a pretty healthy lead. I think if we, just keep driving the rest of the year, we'll be able to lock up the championship.
Oh,
So
awesome.
yeah,
Hopefully.
hopefully. as
So
long as, as
how?
long
He
as
said
everything,
humbly.
yeah, as long as everything, stays together, and we
Right.
don't do anything crazy, then should be able to just kind of float in there. Is what the plan is, but you never know. It's racing. Stuff happens.
Right. Right. So the rallycross that you do in Arizona is not if I get this right, it's not run by the SCCA, but it's run by the Arizona Rally Association.
So we are under the SCCA, but yeah, our Arizona Rally Association is kind of like the group that would run it, or the admin that would run it. So yeah, that's kind of just our locals here. They also helped out with like the operations of the Prescott Rally. Also, the Prescott Rally was held at location of where we do Rallycross, and they did a super special there. Which
they did so good with it.
Yeah, which was actually a really cool experience. Was able to actually first time, that I've actually seen rally here locally do a super special. I know they've done some in the very, very long time past, but since my involvement in rally, that was the first time I got to see a super special. So that was pretty cool here.
Nice.
A lot of first times in rally for us, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So it's been, for like maybe a huge learning curve, you're both doing really well then.
Yes.
So knock on wood.
Yeah. Right. I mean, knock on wood. Yeah. No, and I think we just kind of were able to apply what we've learned in the sport, and we were fortunate.
We treat Rallycross pretty seriously too. I mean, I expect a clean, smooth line when I'm riding in that car. So if it's not feeling that way, then we're going to fix it, So when it came to stage rally, I think we were ready to work together as a really solid team.
Yeah, and we, same with like we try to run in with shape like the clean rally, like a Rallycross. That's like no hitting cones, because that kind of translates over, to the big stages, like whether you're cutting or not, or how much control you really have of the car. So
being aware of the potential change in lines, and being able to adapt to that and work with it,
and understanding like you said, like the distance on the car itself. You know what I mean? If you're hitting cones and you're like, I'm not aware of that, then it's like, maybe you need to like gain a little more perspective on like the distances of your car and stuff like that. And so I think Rallycross really helps out with that. So the more cleaner runs you can get as far as like not coning and then your speeds come up, then I think, that definitely translates over to stage rally, because you learn consistency and precision. And at that speed, you really want that consistency and precision, because things can get sideways pretty quickly out there,
which can be fun.
But definitely can be stressful, like on the driver's side. Like, you're definitely responsible for two people in the car, so you definitely,
it's a lot of trust to put in each other and stuff.
It is.
Back to the consistency, I've been doing some homework on David Higgins. He's going to be coming on the podcast. I'm going to record with him next week. But
cool.
There's a lot of quotes about David Higgins and his consistency, and that's really was a huge factor in his 10 wins, championship wins here in the U.S. And I think it was Lance Smith that said, at Vermont Sports Car, they hang up like kind of the broken, battered hoods and fenders and things. And he said, we don't have anything of David's because he was so consistent.
Yes.
And
definitely. I do believe that, consistency drives a big role in racing. Racing in corners are, we treat them like patterns. Brooke, my wife, co-driver, she's a very pattern person. So, everything can be broke down in a pattern, and as long as you can repeat that pattern, then you can gain consistency out of it. And then also, you can also gain speed as well, because you can make that pattern faster.
And get through there as efficiently as possible.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And so, we kind of look at everything as a pattern, and then we just kind of rinse and repeat it, and, try to keep at that level. And definitely, and
when you see those cues, it allows you to be able to make adjustments when necessary, meaning maybe the line has changed and what you were driving may not be the best line anymore. Well, you can adjust because you kind of know where those pointers are.
Yeah, exactly.
The cones make it easy because you can kind of use the cones as markers, but it still translates over
exactly.
into stage,
And you can make those markers visually, like, and that kind of comes into your pace notes. That's kind of what
Mm-hmm.
you're doing there. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
making
Yeah.
your notes as you go on your recce day, like as if they're cones, like, okay, like
Mm-hmm.
these cones here, I want to watch out for here. So I'm going to take this turn at, a 3 left or
Mm-hmm.
a 4 or whatever. But instead of cones, you're like avoiding a ditch or a tree
Mm-hmm.
or
Right.
something
Okay.
scary.
Yeah, that's what's really interesting is he has to translate what he sees so that I can say it back to him so that he can think less so that he can drive faster.
Yeah.
Right. Oh
And
yeah.
that was something like I didn't really even know going into rally that.
Yeah, that was a pretty big thing we learned when I went to school.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
is that he has to make the notes. I guess we just thought the magical rally fairies made them
yeah,
for
exactly. And
us.
that's what I was thinking. I would just show up and be like, da 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 da,
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
notes would just appear. But
And the jumbo
Yeah.
ones aren't bad when they do have those ones. Those are really nice.
Yeah.
But really, if you want to get your speed down and get that best line that works for you as a driver, then writing your own notes is the best way to go.
And I also feel like to that as well. Like if you say your note and you
Yeah.
drive that turn, and then that's the note you make, it's a little bit better than if you show up to that turn and audibly you hear that note and then you drive that turn. I feel like you don't necessarily remember it as well, because I feel like there was a few times in Prescott where, like I said, we modified the Jamba notes. So there was a few turns where like she said what it was, and I was like, man, I don't know if I quite really remember it, and so I had a little bit of a hesitation because I wasn't entirely confident with that note, just because I didn't actually say it, if that makes sense. Like, so.
Right.
I thought that was an interesting thing too. I know we're kind of jumping a little ahead from Colorado's experience.
No, that's fine. But, yeah, because with Rallycross, do you do recce and Rallycross? I mean, it's a shorter course, but I mean,
they let you do a course walk, which is a sort of a recce, and then prior to hot on course, they let you do a low speed pace lap in the car. We've done a few times, like just for playing, like on some of the bigger courses, we've kind of like done, verbal pace notes in it, but kind of the course is so small that you can't really make full pace notes. So, but I think us being in the car, communicating through stage rally or through Rallycross, like really helped us in the stage rally, just as far as like she's saying like, hey, maybe we should try to be a little tighter here, and just working together as a team to make the car faster and make it feel better on the Rallycross. And I think that also helped us like have communication in the stage rally as well. And it wasn't as foreign for me to hear that audibly, you know what I mean?
Right. Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had mentioned Fred.
Yeah.
How many cars do you have? For
okay. So yeah,
that you might like that are running or not running, etc.
So we have my dad races a WRX wagon that we purchased. That was our first Rallycross car, turbocharged car, and then I have an NA 2007 Impreza that we race in the Rallycross. And then we have Sally, which is our Subaru that we built for stage rally. And that's the Crabber car. We bought that from a Crabber in Alaska.
Oh, cool.
And then we have Fred, which was kind of like not really planned. So yeah, Fred's not planned.
That is a fun car. That was a fun car to ride in.
That was shockingly, that was my first time ever driving front wheel drive.
And just a trooper too.
Yeah, he just cruised right along.
Yeah.
And so Fred kind of popped up as a deal. I got a business partner that was like, hey, like I kind of want to get involved in it. We wanted to create like a rental experience, but an inexpensive experience.
Yeah.
Basically like the cheapest seat experience you can get in Rallycross. And so what we started with is a low budget car, which I mean, there's still a price behind it, but
Yeah.
I mean, the plan was to be able to
making it more affordable for people to get involved with rally and experience it without them having to break the bank. More of a realistic dream that someone could check off.
Yeah.
Right.
And do.
And also be able to, add to car count out here in the Southwest, because it's kind of tough down here in Arizona and California. Like, we kind of struggle with car count. So there's a gentleman selling the car. He had a car already, so it worked out. We got Fred, and we were going to have it run at Colorado, and we were going to try to run Sally, which is our NA 2000 Subaru that we were building. And that was kind of the plan. Things didn't quite work out, which worked out better in our favor, because the Subaru, I was not honestly remotely close to having it ready for Colorado. So it worked out. We decided to take Fred out there, which is the 0203 Ford Focus. And that was our first rally we experienced, was Colorado Rally.
Yeah,
this year, which was
an intense experience.
It was
for
very
our first
intense.
one.
Yeah, but
Again, especially from someone who had no experience with rally at all. And that was my first rally ever.
But you came second in your class, though, correct?
Yes, we did come second in class and 13th overall. And
it's a pretty good start, I would say.
It was a great start. And we had really low expectations going in. Like I said, we just wanted to go out.
Not low expectations. We were having realistic expectations of what to expect. We just wanted to be able to successfully say that we completed our first rally, and we wanted Fred to do really well.
Yeah.
And, anything beyond that would be amazing.
Right.
Yeah. So, and Fritz he's just a really excellent driver. So it's just always a good time, getting in the car with him and doing that, And he just locks in always.
and it was an exciting learning curve to run front wheel drive too, because that was my first experience driving that competitively. We did a little rallycross with it, which was our first road taste, which was kind of fun. But then we jumped into the stage rally with the car, which, front wheel drive was an absolute amazing thing to drive. It was kind of probably my funnest platform I've driven so far, which I'm having a hard debate between the all-wheel drive NA car and the front-wheel drive, but we had a lot of fun at Fred, and he just kept clicking along the whole time in Colorado. It was pretty awesome.
Oh, very cool. And then Prescott,
yes,
you were first in class.
Yeah,
and
so
third overall.
Yeah, so we finished our Subaru, and got it all logbooked, and we wanted to really keep that car simple, because in stage rally, getting a car logbooked is very important. That's the safety side of the car. And if you don't have that correct, and you can't get a logbook, you don't kind of want to spend all this time in the car, and you know what I mean. So we didn't really do much performance to the car. We did some suspension, thanks to a sponsor that jumped on board, Titan Concrete. They were super stoked to be on board.
Cool.
They purchased Yellow Speed Racing coilovers, which isn't like your, top of the line stuff, but it's very good entry level suspension.
Yeah.
And we threw that on the car and left the car bone stock. I mean, it has a Fram air filter in it. It has a stock air box, stock exhaust. I mean, just bone stock. And we just were like, we just want to see if the thing will finish a rally and be able to, get logbook. So same expectations going into Prescott. And I mean, we
Prescott felt like a breeze compared to Colorado.
It really did, because in Colorado they didn't give us notes or jamba, so we had to.
That was really hard, but even the roads were pretty intense. I mean, yeah, they were, and I think we're familiar with Prescott too, so some of it. Fritz has been out there ripping his whole life, so it was this, it's been a dream of his to run this Prescott. So it just was just felt so natural to be out there running, and a blast running against our competitors. It was just so fun running with them all day.
Yes.
We'll be right back. Power up your ride. Daily driver, bike or track beast with Melee Design Firm. Since 2018, Melee has been the go-to source for high-performance battery mounts and power solutions trusted by enthusiasts and professionals alike. Whether you're carving corners on the weekend, commuting to work, or chasing podiums, they have the gear to keep you powered and ready. Their lightweight universal battery mounts are engineered for performance, crafted with precision, and designed to handle whatever you throw their way. They don't just make and sell parts. They build confidence under the hood. Rugged, industrial, functional. That's the Melee difference. Join thousands of satisfied drivers who refuse to settle for stock. Upgrade your battery game today. Now back to the show. That's very cool.
Colorado was big because, like, you know, we said we had to create
A lot of firsts.
all the notes, and all the firsts. So like we literally, like, you start with a blank piece of paper on the road and you're like, all right.
Yeah.
And being that we've never been there, you know, I remember one of the sections there on, I think it was the newer road they had, we had like this probably 200 straight, and it was like a climb into a crest, and then on the backside of it was like a 3 right. But when you're coming up to it, like, it looked like you were just going into the sky, like you were just going to launch into the abyss. And then it pretty much was, once you got over that crest and to that 3 right, there was like a huge, like 200-300 foot drop, like right off the edge. So if you were overcooking it, you know what I mean? So there was a lot of that.
Well, and learning how you wanted to even call that, to know, you know, to be prepared.
Exactly.
Was a challenge and an adjustment that we made every day. You know,
Exactly.
he would change what he wanted, and, you know, I'm trying to cross it out and keep up. And
honestly, the first day of Colorado, I was like, I don't even know. I don't even know if I could do rally. This is crazy.
Day.
It was an emotional roller coaster for sure.
Yeah. Well, it was a much larger entry list at Colorado than Prescott.
Definitely, it was a larger. We had like 30. I think it was 32 or 30 something entries, and I believe, man, I want to say in the 20s is what finished, because the finish rate was pretty. Was pretty, you know, it was pretty decent, but they definitely had quite a few fall off. I'd have to re-look it up on it and see what it was, but it was just quite an experience. And then, like, the fans out there in Colorado, which was pretty cool. Prescott doesn't have any fans on stage, but Colorado actually had fans on stage.
Yeah, that was so fun. That was like the most fun part, was coming off the stage and fans are just like screaming and taking pictures, and it just made me feel good, like, oh, all that work, and it was nice, you know.
Exactly. And
I've never experienced anything like that, so I thought it was so cool.
I've never experienced anything like that. Like, I know you do circle track and, like, you know, you come into victory lane, but it was a completely different experience being like out in the middle of nowhere.
Cheered on.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, boom, there's like a big crowd of people that are just like super excited that you just went 100 miles an hour up in the mountains of Colorado, you know.
That's pretty cool. Do you know what your average speed was for either of those?
So Colorado, our average was like 44. I think that's what we were around. It's 44 miles an hour. Prescott was quite a bit quicker. I think we were around. Oh man, I think it was like 60 or 70, somewhere in there. I'd have to look.
And there were some times in Prescott that we were going so fast it like took my breath away, and I just had to like stay focused on my notes, because it was like, woo. Yeah. Really had to have faith that he had control of the car.
Prescott was completely different experience than Colorado, which was another wild experience in rally. Like I said, Colorado was super technical. The consequences were, like, you know, if you messed up, you just tumbled off a big, huge hill. Prescott had a little bit of, if you messed up, you tumbled off a hill at pretty good speed. So it was a little bit different consequences. So that was kind of an interesting thing to get over. Like I said, Colorado didn't really have a lot of high speed sections. I think our top speed that we got in Fred was around, I want to say 91, maybe 95 in there. So it wasn't terrible. But Prescott, we had a couple spots where we were just sitting at 100 and consistently.
Finish line at 100 for sure one time.
Yeah. One of the times we came down on our last pass, which is a stage that we won. We won First View coming out, which is a road coming out of Jerome, which is a beautiful road. If anybody's around in the area, they can go into that road and drive that road and kind of see the stage roads that we drive. But it's got big exposures, really tight in the beginning spot, and then it opens up pretty fast and flowy down to the bottom. And yeah, we crossed the finish line of that one on our last pass through, which set our fastest time on that stage. We crossed it at about 100, and I didn't lift. It was kind of one of those turns where we were just pushing it each time we went down there.
Yeah.
And the last time I was like, I think we can just not lift for this last turn. And so we did. It paid off. So
nice. Fun. So do you have any stage rallies scheduled between now and the first of the year?
Well, we're definitely contemplating on Ridge Rally. We happened to win the free entry.
Oh wow!
Someone was donating a free entry to Ridge Rally at the beginning of Prescott, like a raffle. For the first, people that signed up early. And we happened to, at the end of the rally, we happened to win that free entry. So, we're debating on it. There was some. We kind of do some Christmas stuff towards the end of the year. So last year I missed a bunch of that because I also attended Ridge Rally and helped crew for a team last year. So, and then, rallies, just because you get your entry fees comp doesn't mean that it's like, oh, it's cheap. You still got, recce rental car, you got gas to get out there, hotel.
So that's right after Christmas, right?
Right before
Christmas,
or right before,
like smack dab after Thanksgiving and right before Christmas, so 2 weeks before. So it's kind of a really tough time. So
and then you got to ask crew to take time to do that. Which we had an amazing crew which stepped up for Colorado and for Prescott, which I wouldn't want any other crew with me at this point because they're just very good communication. The car goes up, it gets serviced. And the car goes out with no issue. So, that's another side, we got all the logistics on that. So tentatively, maybe, but our biggest plan going forward is Olympus 26. I think that's kind of like our biggest dream right now really is to try to make that happen.
To do Olympus, yeah.
One of the oldest rallies in America and probably the most prestigious as well. The most grueling.
I was just looking at the route books from the 1980s for Olympus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
It's neat.
Yeah, it's neat to see how long that's been around.
Yeah, no, and that's kind of where the desire is to kind of go hit that. And then it would be a national. We kind of want to see how we square up on a national level. So,
and we really fell in love with Washington, so we just really want to go back.
We really did. We kind of
really liked it.
Go up and see the rainforest a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're planning to go up to DirtFish. I think in February, not for classes or anything, but to hopefully visit and have a meeting there. But I can't wait. I've been to Seattle and I've been to Bremerton Island and it's a beautiful state. So
yeah, it just felt like real magical. It felt like the ground was alive. It was so cool. We just loved it.
Awesome.
And DirtFish itself was super cool, like a museum, all their really neat race suits they have all on their walls, and they got their cars out there. And I got to put my first signature as a co-driver after my class. So that's on the wall at DirtFish.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Now back to your crew. Is it friends and family, or who do you who are your most consistent crew members?
Yeah, I would say friends and family. Yeah, we my dad's my crew chief. My mom does kind of the cooking, and my mother-in-law does that as well. She comes out and helps.
It helps with the kids. And her partner comes
and
out and works on the crew.
and he helps service the car.
Yep.
And then I have another friend of mine, Sean. He's a local to the area here. Body shop guy, super good at just cars. He's just one of those guys that's just great to have in your pocket, and we're super happy to have him. Blessed, honestly, to have him. He kind of came over and saved the day. I was in slightly a bit of a meltdown getting the Subaru ready for Prescott. I had a few things that I just was like, I can't do anymore. I don't have the brain power. And he swooped in and was able to help pick up the slack and get us ready for Prescott. But honestly, I think that's like the biggest thing with rally is it just really like brings people together. It really does rally people together. Like it's crazy. Like, you know, having the whole family just come together to make this happen for us, or even for me as a driver. Like, if you boil it all down to it, like, you know, it's just a really cool experience that these people and everybody's willing to do that. And then when we have success at the end of the rally, like, I don't know, it pays for itself so much. Like, I don't know. It's really cool. It's a cool experience.
I know for me, I would, having the mother-in-laws there doing the cooking and that would be a huge plus. Cause I've talked to so many teams that are eating, you know, canned beans and gas station burritos and, you know,
great food.
Yes, we are very spoiled, and we got a nice, like, when we come in for service, we get a nice little sandwich. My parents ran a mountain bike team here in Prescott at the high school.
Oh, cool.
And so when we started rallying, I told my mom, I was like, we need those sandwiches that you used to make for all the kids. And it's just a real simple sandwich. It's just a croissant, meat, cheese, like onions, little few simple things.
It's just the perfect, you know, fresh, good food to have when you come in. And she's always, you know, pickle juice or something to help us, and some salty chips or something.
Oh, cool, cool, yeah. So I imagine, you know, with the heat and everything, you'd want the pickle juice. Friends of mine run a endurance run at their farm, and it's a 1 mile loop around their farm, and it's a 24-hour run. So you run for 24 hours straight, and they do. I think they had over 7 people do over 100 miles, 24 hours. But
that's crazy.
But they're always, you know, they provide pickle juice and everything, and a lot of people eat. And I was surprised at peanut butter sandwiches with pickles in it.
Yeah.
Oh,
dude,
man.
That sounds good. I'm a big peanut butter sandwich guy. I do a peanut butter and honey sandwich every morning.
Yeah, there you go. But some of the things they eat, I think, man. I think that's crazy. But I get it. You know, it's you got to replenish and not get dehydrated, etc.
I would definitely say, like, the athlete side to rally is definitely there as far as when it comes to driving, because that's some circle track stuff and a few other little motorsport sports. But I think at the end of the day, on our first day, I was like, dang, I was kind of surprised how much it took out of you.
It's a lot of, like, you have to, like, really pay attention all the time and always be reading. And it's just like for me, my brain was so tired by the end of the day. So making sure that you're fueling yourself properly is super important. And, you know, they say to get rest, but, you know, no one really sleeps super well while you're out there.
Right,
you know, busting their butts trying to get their cars ready and their notes perfect. And, you know, Fritz and I, we did the prepping we felt was necessary, but we didn't, like, make ourselves crazy trying to prep. You know, we just really trusted in ourselves and each other and what we put together, and you know, didn't try to stress ourselves out too much.
I'm a big believer in, like, even in the circle track race, and we had a term called, like, you can adjust yourself out of a race. And so I mean, you know, sometimes you just gotta say, yep, that's right, that's what it is, and just be confident in it and go with it, you know.
Well, and be open to making the adjustments as necessary if needed, and that's what we did a few times.
We did have to big time in
like Colorado. The night one, whenever the night race happened, that was a big learning lesson. He didn't have lights on his dash and didn't realize how much he relied on his RPMs. So I tried to add in with reading in the dark with a light that broke. So I had it tucked into my seatbelt, trying to read my notes, also trying to call out his speed so he could gauge his RPM change if needed. Was pretty wild at night.
Yeah, that was a different learning curve. And we never, Colorado didn't have any night stuff. So Prescott, our first day, we did get to do a night stage.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And holy cow, visibility was so low.
It was so bad. You just weren't sure, like, if the car in front of you, if their rear lights weren't working, you just weren't sure if they were there, and you didn't want to smash it. Oh, it was
it was terrifying.
It was, it was, man.
And all day we had a nice breeze, but coming into the evening, like, it just went completely stagnant.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was a couple of turns. Luckily, like, by that time, going into the evening, we had kind of moved up a little bit on the road, so there wasn't as many cars in front of us.
I do think we could have pushed to pass at one of those points in the evening, but we were just so anxious with the low visibility that we just felt like it wasn't worth, like, putting ourselves in danger. And that's the thing that Fritz is really good at is, you know, both of us got a little bit of a thrill in us, and we like to I definitely like to go fast and sideways, but we're both realistic about it. So if it's not safe, then it's fine. We can do it another time.
Right.
Yeah. And I think that goes from probably a little bit of the years of, like, you know, pushing the limits, like, you know, driving a circle track, like,
yeah, I was going to ask
knowing where your limits are. I was just talking to somebody the other day about it, and I was like, you know, the benefit to seat time is the more questions you can answer from the car, the better you can do as a driver. So, you know, that's the way I look at it. Each time the car gets in the corner and it does something weird, you're just answering questions. So,
well, and it doesn't matter how fast your car is and how big your turbo is. If you can't handle it, then it's useless. It's not helpful to you. So you really should be driving what you can handle.
Exactly. Right. And we've kind of just started with our, you know, lower horsepower, and it's fun. I mean, if anybody's, you know, kind of ridden motorcycles, like riding a 125 flat out versus like a 450, there's a completely different feeling. Like, you just, like, riding a 125, you're just like, just pin it to win it. But like that 450, you're kind of like, you know, you know, backpedaling. So for me, there's something about just running something that shouldn't be flat out like that. There's a big thrill of that to me.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I would imagine it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, especially a car, like I said, our car is just bone stock. I mean, I think we maybe make, from the factory, I think those cars maybe make 170 horsepower. The car's got 226,000 miles on the
and she just ate up those Prescott roads. So nice, man. Like, we got air so many times. It was crazy. And she was just like kissing the ground. Just like going along.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, cool. So any plans for the off season? I'm sure you're going to be working on the cars and things like that, but
it's kind of what I'm realizing with rally is you almost got to pick your off season, because you can almost rally within a good separation. You know, when I say that, I mean like a good 2 months gap. You can almost hit a rally in that 2 months. So I would say in that time frame, you can easily, you know, motor swap or you know, gear change or anything like that, as long as you're prepped in the prior race before. So we have plans on the stage car to go a little bit better motor. So that's kind of what we got in the works right now. We really suffered on a lot of the climbs in Prescott where we're just flat footed and the car's just stuck at like 50 miles an hour. And a lot of those higher horsepower cars were still gaining speed on that climb. And it was just like, we needed a little more chutzpah to get us up, you know?
Right.
And so that's kind of what we're planning. Not really wanting to build anything crazy nasty. Like I said, I'm a big fan of just drive time. So reliability gives you drive time, and that gives you experience. And so we're just kind of trying to build another experience motor.
Nice. Now, do your kids have any aspirations of driving or racing or?
Our son, he does sometimes. He's 15, so his interest has reignited in racing, cars, and we got a little Subaru we picked up that he's kind of toying with, maybe trying some rally cross. But Bless his heart, he's just never been much of a
Yeah.
speed demon. So if he wants to do it, we would support him. But I'm not sure. And our daughter, she's gone out and she's raced a little bit, but it's never really. Neither they both enjoy the rally atmosphere and the rally people. They love the community of rally, and that's more of where they enjoy. And even our son, he loves volunteering. He loves helping setting up courses at Rally
awesome.
Cross and stuff. So I think they more enjoy that aspect of it.
And I believe like rally in any sport needs like all kinds of people, even like that.
For sure. Can't function without them.
Exactly. I think about that, like when we were done with our rally, and you're going down for the last loop and you're thanking the volunteers. And I'm like, man, if it weren't for these people willing to just stand out here for an hour, and I've done that, we've volunteered for our rallies, and we love the sport, but like I like still at the same time they took time, just like I said, your crew members, they take time to come make
all
this
the setup
happen.
And then they sit out there and then they tear down. It's a lot of work,
and so we do really appreciate everybody that puts their time, even the organizers that put in their time, like
months before,
right?
Even a year in advance. You know what I mean? You see Olympus and some of these organizers, like as soon as the rally finishes, they're like already posting, "Hey, next year." It's like, man, it's a grind. It's a lot of work. So
it's very appreciated.
Yeah, I learned to really appreciate the volunteers and understanding volunteering when I volunteered at STPR this year. And
you look like you enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was a 12-hour day. You're getting up at 5. You're meeting with everyone at 5:30 or 6.
Yep.
And
it's a grind.
You're setting up, and then you're there for. I was there. We did that stage twice that day. So we stayed, for the whole day, and then.
Did you run start and flying finish?
I did the time card finish. The time cards for the finish.
Okay.
Only made one mistake, which I was happy about, but
that's good.
Those time cards feel like confusing for some reason. In Colorado, I made some mistakes on the first day. I was so angry. I just was miscounting how to do it, but I redeemed myself in Prescott. It was 0 mistakes, so I felt much better. And the second day in Colorado too, I made 0 mistakes, but
which really
it was so irritating to make those first ones. Felt like just ridiculous mistakes, but
one thing I've got to let co-drivers know is please don't fold your time card like 6-8 times into a little wad and hand it to the timekeeper, because it
that's funny.
Oh my gosh, I got so flustered trying to unfold those and hand it back to him, but
they're giving you origami.
I know it. I'm like, stop it.
Yeah.
You were messing with that one guy that one time.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I was like kind of being like, oh, I gotta be quicker than that to grab it, but we had just beaten our time, and I was really happy. So.
And it was, I think that was the last stage of the day too. So we were just kind of razzing them, the volunteers, all in good spirits.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. So
I've seen a few guys do this. And I was just curious on the national side, because I haven't experienced the national one, but we had, when I volunteered at Prescott, a few guys will bring treats and stuff on their last pass and give to the volunteers. And I think that's something that I would like to try to incorporate in our program as well, because I feel like that's pretty cool to be able to, give a little treat to the volunteers and kind of give back. So, and the other cool thing was the Colorado one was the actual volunteers would ask us, and we wanted stuff, and we were like, wow, that's nice of you. Like,
gave us water and stuff. That was nice.
We're kind of a little more prepared because we have a vehicle that comes in and out of service, and so I thought that was kind of cool that they were like, hey, do you want some of our stuff? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I collected a lot of stickers.
Did you?
From the cars, so they come in.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, that's what we want to do something like that.
Yeah, so I'm going to have fun this coming year, and I hope to do more rallies. I'm going to make a giant cowbell
Yeah, I
We're
heard
gonna
that
fab
on
it
your
up.
podcast.
Yeah, it's gonna be about, I don't know, 18 inches tall or so,
Uh-huh.
and try to hand that out to the fan favorite
That would
team,
be sick.
or maybe a fan favorite or a team favorite volunteer. We'll get a
Oh,
nice big
okay.
giant cowbell. So
That'd be sick. That'd be a
I
really
think it'd
cool
be a lot of
thing.
fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the more involvement you can get with people in the sport and on a broader side, not just like the eye on the professionals and the top guys, like I think it will really grow the sport and make it more welcoming. I think
Yeah.
people are wanting a more authentic, authentic,
Authentic.
authentic experience
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
in their sport, and I feel like they're really struggling. I feel like a lot of sports are struggling to give that.
Yeah.
Especially with a lot of that kind of, yeah. I want to say the AI stuff, but I don't know why.
True. Well, Brooke and Fritz, thank you so much for taking time out of your evening and chatting and getting caught back up and see how you guys did for the year. And we'll keep watching and see how you do next
thanks
year.
for having us.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
We really appreciate it, man. Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love gabbing, so
yeah,
perfect.
I love talking about racing and rally. That's like my favorite thing. So, and I get to do it with my life partner. Like I can't imagine a better sport and a better activity. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Yeah.
All right. Take care.
All right,
and
Jim.
We'll be in touch.
Have a good one.
Yep.
Thanks.
Take care. Bye. If you'd like to be on the podcast, you can email me, jim@jimboothdesigns.com, or message me through Facebook at Rallying in America, the Recce Podcast, or Instagram, rallying_in_America. Special thanks to Brady Instruments, pro-grade, handmade, professional fuel hydrometers. Visit bradyinstruments.com for all of your fuel testing needs. Thanks to Toontank and the artist Nuclear Wave for the podcast theme music.